Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Contest of Speed EU4. It is a Monday.
Yeah,
And
all day.
It is a Monday. It's been all day, and I'm Neil. I'm sorry, I'm having to do this, but a certain individual amongst this group is going to receive an absolute bollocking.
Oh no.
Because I know who invited. The Haas isn't supposed to be here because A, he's not done a pace test yet, and the person that has invited him, I know who it is as well. So I suggest he leaves. If not, the person in question will see many penalty points, including a race ban. So Yeet Mix, if you want to get rid of your friend, you tell him now. If not, you have been warned. Other than that, 15 drivers that are supposed to be here are here. And we are ready to go. Well, hopefully I don't want to do that recce because it's wasting my time, considering I've told them not to do that and they have done so, and it's wasting everybody else's time. For some of our European colleagues, it's already 10 o'clock, and by the time we finish the session it is well past 11. Anyway, we'll see what happens. King Luke is on pole position so far with a 12.4. Neil, I'm expecting the times to be into the high 11s possibly this evening.
Yeah, already into the 12.4. I think, yeah, high 11s, maybe a low 11 as well. It's nice to see the old track back. Lovely. It always ruined the flow, didn't it, the last two corners? This is how it's meant to be. So much so that the new track layout with the chicane was so terrible that they never really changed the logo for the track. It always continued to have the nice smooth final two corners. It does mean we're down to 14 turns instead of 16 now though.
Yeah, it should be. This is like the third layout change we're going to have in 3 seasons, pretty much.
Well, originally it had the fast corners. They've changed it slightly, so the second to last corner used to be a bit more banked. So it is slightly slower than it was before. I think that's because they've not been able to increase the runoff or anything, so they wanted to keep it as safe as possible for the motorbikes. And yeah, they always keep fiddling with the hairpin, so the hairpin used to always be like this, the turn 10 hairpin at the end of the first DRS straight. And then it got changed to a much tighter layout, and now it's gone back again.
Yeah, we had, what, I think...
Oh, we got an aborted box by Yeet-Mix as well. He flew straight, very fast into the pit entry, but then somehow avoided doing a dracer and still has all 4 wheels on his wagon.
A tracer.
But he has to go round on no fuel for a whole lap.
Yeah, we'll wait and see what happens. Where are we? Bozo! Ah, this is a person you haven't seen, but he gets to have his debut. He's the reserve driver in this team. We're now up to 21 drivers. So it's be interesting to see how he does this evening. The other Red Bull is Escobar, by the way. Unfortunately, he's having account problems, but we've been able to fix that before the 8 o'clock deadline, which means he's able to race under a different name. But there we go. Other than that, everybody is where, well, most people are here as it is. And also Break FM, who joined us last week for his first race. It's all lovely, isn't it?
Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. How are people in the chat? Do they prefer the old layout?
I'm pretty sure.
Surely everybody does. Ooh, I think this is really sad, but I feel like the carbon fibre plating on the Ferrari Halo has been updated in the latest update. Looks quite tasty. I mean, there's a lot of detail going on there for no reason whatsoever.
Sorry, I'm too busy doing admin stuff now.
As it is, we have Milios, who's proven himself to be pretty pacey. In pole position at that, 12.2. Pretty pacey but prone to accidents, so it'll be interesting to see if he can do a full race distance without getting himself into bother. As 427 starts a flying lap. I try to ignore the brummy announcer telling us all about Fernando Alonso being the first man to win his own race at the Spanish Grand Prix in 2006.
I just remembered one thing. Red Panda _ Pigeon Slayer. That's a great name.
I was going to say that is up there with Frisky Dolphin as one of my, or Dirty Dolphin was it, as one of my favourites.
That is Cagnesis, also Luke. So, it's Red Team Luke down at Aston Martin. We get to have that for the first time in a couple of weeks. And now I'm definitely going to have to back out from the session because someone else has just joined. Cheers, guys! You make my life on a Monday so easy. Yeah, I'm going to restart the session now because it's halfway through. I might as well do it. So I'll be back and having to sort this out. Yeah, I'm not impressed, but you know, it's what it is.
We're going to keep the stream going. I can do a radio show if you like.
You can do a radio show. Stream is still on.
Do a radio show. Fantastic. Hello, listeners. It's wizard time. So whilst we reset up the lobby there. It'd be nice to know what people's thoughts are as on the real Formula One as we approach the end of the summer break, and do we feel like anyone's going to be challenging Max Verstappen for a win? Are Red Bull going to get a clean sweep, or is Max's car going to break down in one of the races and we'll end up with a Perez not being in P2 and therefore letting the whole Red Bull team down? A lot of drama going on in the chat there. So we'll go back on there. So nobody's talking about the real Formula One. So I'll talk about the real Formula One, and I think Perez is going to let the team down. Definitely going to let the team down because that Red Bull will blow up at some point. There will be a Honda, but not a Honda engine catastrophe. And Perez won't be second because he's useless. Somebody else will win. It might be Lando Norris. It might be Hamilton. Hamilton's had a much better season this year. It's nice to see him back. I mean, I honestly last year thought he was a has-been. I shouldn't have doubted him. He is still a decent racing driver. And he's not put George in his place this year because George has had a lot of bad luck this year, but he's proven that he's still up to the challenge. Hopefully he can get back to winning ways soon. That would be nice. And Ferrari, it would be nice to see if they can finally be competent. Because that's all they're missing, really. It's just a bit of competence, to be honest. Off the racetrack, because I mean, on the racetrack, they've got old Charlie Boy, and they've got the smooth operator himself.
The smooth operator. Smooth operation. It's the only thing I don't like doing the crossplay stuff is that you have to.
Oh yeah, you have to do the whole EA inviting thing.
Yeah. Oh, I've invited Spud by accident. That's right. He won't.
Oh, he won't turn up, I don't think.
I went to go and click on Mr. Guide.
So we're listening to the Brummy commentator now. He's going on with the all over it. It's like Nigel Mansell himself talking over the tannoy there, telling us.
Problem is, what I'm trying to do is really, really quick. I'm going to make a mistake.
You know, we're talking about how Lewis Hamilton won 5 years in a row in Spain. That makes sense because generally speaking, the best car tends to win. It would appear that I won the qualifying session because everybody retired.
Well done. Two spell.
I thought I was going to get stuck then. But I've jumped out now. I'll await my own invite. I'd also quite like to know in the chat what teams people support. Really, I mean, are we a team person in the chat? I know people like X427 and Ricky are big Ferrari men, regardless of who drives the red cars.
Back the Brits.
Is anyone of? I mean, I've always backed most Brits. I've never been a Hamilton fan, but I do appreciate that he's a very good racing driver. I used to love Jenson Button and Kimi Raikkonen.
Steve didn't listen to you.
Obviously, I do still praise and worship at the feet of His Holiness Michael Schumacher. But yeah, Raikkonen, Button, Mark Webber. He's half British, I suppose.
Hopefully, you've got an invite, sir. Hopefully.
I hope so. I do indeed.
You definitely have now.
And. But we do like Lando now. Lando's my favourite of the current Brits. I like the cut of his jib. But I think we're in quite good hands at the moment for British talent in Formula 1. I mean, obviously Lewis will only be around for a couple more seasons, but... I mean, as a Schumacher person, I don't want him to win an 8th title, but I'd like to see him fight for another title, because that's always good fun. I think the future's bright at the moment. And Oscar Piastri's showing that he's pretty good. He's not quite on Lando's pace yet in the races, but over one lap he's pretty nifty. I've got Texas Tornado's a Red Bull man because of Verstappen. But he also roots for Haas because he's a Yankee Doodle, and obviously Mr. Logan, yes. And I think everybody wants Ferrari to do well. I think Ferrari and Formula 1 are quite synonymous with one another. Obviously, I was a member of the Tifosi whilst the Michael was around, and Kimi Raikkonen as well. I didn't say there's anything wrong with being a Yankee Doodle there, I just said because he is a Yankee Doodle. Giving facts. Milios is a Hamilton fan and he likes Lando as well. Right, don't make me set fire to the White House again, you lot. We've got previous. Okay, so Red Arrow Gaming was a big fan of Verstappen until Brazil 2022. What stopped you there? Was that when Verstappen crossed the line a bit too much and was shoving Lewis off the track a bit? I thought that was a bit naughty, to be fair. Right, that's not even the biggest disaster to ever hit Boston. It's clearly the big molasses flood after World War One. How American can you get, killing loads of horses and people by dumping fake sugar all over the town?
Oh, this is now the really annoying bit because I now can't find one of the drivers. So, thanks.
Deathstorm knows all about my love of the Great Molasses Flood. Are there any drivers that you would like to see in more competitive machinery? I'd love to see the Hulk in the Red Bull. I think he should be Max's number 2, personally. Great. Is America still flooding itself with fake sugar? Or did a Pepsi factory blow up or something? Yeah, I'd just love to see Hulkenberg in a decent car.
Hulkenberg.
Yeah, Albon could do with another shot there as well. I feel like Alpine are criminally underusing their drivers as well. They've got 2 decent drivers, not amazing drivers, but decent drivers in Gasly and Ocon, but their car must be atrocious. Both race winners in underpowered machinery before, so they know what they're doing in that sort of mid-pack, but it's just going horribly wrong. Oh, Red Panda Pigeon Slayer does have a mighty suggestion there, which would probably work, to be fair. Put Hulk in for qualifying and then swap Checo during the race. That's true. That could work very well.
Oh, Arsenal scored! Yay!
Oh, an Arsenal score which just made Matt very happy.
Positive news, although I can't find one of the drivers now.
South East London. But North East London, or North London, what does it count as? Is it North East or is it actual North? Are Arsenal in the middle or are they off to the right slightly? Because you go past it on the train out of King's Cross, so I'd say it was like slightly northeast.
I don't know.
And Deathstorm's taunting me with a result I'm actually quite pleased with, because you may think you can taunt me with Newcastle United losing 1-0 to Man City, Deathstorm, but Newcastle losing 1-0 at the Etihad is a fantastic result, and reducing Haaland to sitting on the floor most of the time because Sven Botman kept knocking him on his backside and reducing him to a half a chance is pretty amazing. And to be fair, we only lost because Alvarez scored a really good goal. Oh, drama! It's raining in Catalonia.
I apologise for the weather now changing, but that's now not my fault. You can blame
anyone who's driving. Can they let us know what the percentage of rain is for the race, please, and if it's going to dry up in qualifying, or if this drama will continue? Have we got a 1996 on our hands, or have we? Or are we going to dry up? Oh, I don't think Matt's going to be a fan of Red Panda Pigeon Slayer anymore. He's just besmirched the Arsenal.
Pole position is often the best place for any driver to start, but this can't be stressed enough when you're here in Catalonia. The lack of overtaking opportunities...
Can somebody please leave the pit lane, because I really don't like the Brummy Tannoy man, and I don't know why there's a Brummy Tannoy man in Spain.
Make up circuit to Barcelona, Catalonia. The 2 DRS zones on the circuit will allow the cars...
Apparently the Catalan Grand Prix MotoGP is run a record 6 times by Valentino Rossi.
Is often criticised for slowing up the field and obstructing qualifying. However, it does have its uses. Its slow nature compared to the rest of the circuit can give the teams useful insight into what vehicle setups are going to be the most powerful. Monaco GP.
Oh, Arsenal down to 10 men. Great.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Who was it? Who's gone?
Tommy Aston.
Oh dear. That's not like him. He's like one of the least aggressive footballers on the planet. That's almost, a red card for him's almost as shocking as when Heung-min Son got a red card for snapping that Everton player's leg in half.
This circuit also hosts a round of the MotoGP Championship, known as the Catalan Grand Prix.
Back to Spain, sunny Spain, which is very wet at the moment.
Very wet. I'm massively distracted by a lot of things that in the last...
I can imagine there's lots of things going off there. There's quite a lot of people on track, which makes me think either one of two things our beloved do. Either it's going to be like this for the whole session, so they might as well set lap times, or two, it's going to be wet in the race, so they need to get practice on the wet tyres. So it's Inters at the moment is the tyre of choice. I do know that X427 always fancies themselves in the wet. We'll have to see what happens there. I would like for next week, I know they can't change this week, but there's at least half of the drivers on the grid that have still got the generic yellow helmet on. Can they please
No,
change it?
the BTEC helmet is.
As a result, he has earned himself a number of records, becoming the youngest ever F1 winner, podium finisher, and lap leader. Not always motor vehicles you'll see tearing around this track. Since 2016, the racetrack hosts the 24-hour bi-circuit festival, an ultra-distance...
Right, where were we? We actually have a
going
qualify.
through turn 3 with X427.
Bozo has slid.
Yellow flag, I think it's Yeet Mix has spun.
What is a spun?
Or it might be it's a Mercedes.
Gun and board last taking back. Complete the first flying, I believe.
They've swapped it round, so the Alpine's now the lighter blue.
During the 2022 season,
Time's tumbling. They're running about 10 seconds off the pace at the moment on these Inters. That's also an interesting information to know. F-Storm will not be besmirched, apparently. I'll besmirch who I damn well please.
Andre, putting his fastest time. 1:21.7.
Up to 6. See, now that lovely carbon fibre finish to the Ferrari Halos I was telling you about, you can't see in the rain because it's got water droplets all over it. Well, the McLaren looks pretty tasty with the water droplets on it though. Look at that, it's beautiful on board with Sidegate. Slightly dry line, or a drier line on the racing line than anywhere else. Nobody who's racing has told... Oh, hang on, no, Milios has let us know, so it's going to be a dry race, but a fully wet quali, as racer sets a 21.4, goes fastest.
Yeah, apologies, Johnny. Only if people could actually do as they're told, then we wouldn't be in this situation.
But at least the race is nice and...
Well, you know, that's always a positive, isn't it? Races dry, so...
Now, this is one of those races that does eat away your tyres, so I imagine there will be a two-stop race. I think the two stops the way forward.
Hilly,
That's
thank you.
run.
I'm well aware. Well aware.
We're talking about Tomiyasu's misbehaviourings.
He's a lovely individual, honestly.
It comes across as a good chap. Yeet Meeks goes fast as he's lowing. Are we going to get into the 120s? Come on, lads, you can do it. Special prizes to anyone who gets a 119 if it's still wet.
It's not always motor vehicles you'll see tearing around the track.
think anyone will do quite well to get amongst that.
I think the Ferraris will do well because, again, I think this is one of those races where you want strategy and wise heads, and there's fewer wise old heads in EU4 than Racer and X427. And we've got obviously the battle of the Belgians between Shane and Fragnista. That's always fun for me to watch. Fragnista winning, Shane not setting a qualifying lap again. Break FN, remember last week, was very good. He was the champion of the two-stop. Actually, that's a good point. We should bring up the fact that of all the drama that happened last week, EU4 was the best behaved. Because I know there was a glitch that stopped us from getting a safety car, but I think there was only about 2 or 3 crashes.
Yeah, but one of those crashes killed 4 people, so out of a grid of 13, so that's not a very good strike rate.
But we had a nice full-on race of actual action, and it was a fantastic battle between the top 3, 2 people on one stop, and Break FN on. He just. Oh no, I thought he'd run wide there, but it was just like. Break FN with a fantastic run on the two-stop.
Ooh.
Oh, he's on the 21s, but not in the 20s. What I wanted. Zygate has crashed at 8. You go on board with that Mercedes of Andre. We're about to go past the McLaren that has dropped it. Has gone through 7, I imagine, a bit awkwardly, and dropped it on 8. So Zygate, who should be a contender for race pace, will not take any further part in qualifying.
It doesn't look very nice out there, if I'm being honest.
It's not the nicest track in the rep, but obviously if you are one of the greatest racers of all time, like Michael Schumacher, then it's a plaything. If anyone's got F1 TV and is able to watch all the old races, I would fully recommend watching the 1996 Spanish Grand Prix. I know the Spanish Grand Prix is usually quite boring, but that one was anything but. Absolutely horrific condition. I'm sure Ricky watches that race at least twice a year. If not more. Just trying to find a driver on this lap. Red Panda Pigeon Slayer coming down the back straight towards the turn 10 hairpin, and he is a 1.2 seconds down. X427 now coming down that same very straight. And he is 8/10 up on himself, which will bring him into line with the front of the back. Can he beat his teammate with a good last sector? This could be our first lap in the 120s. He does fancy himself in the damp conditions, does X427, as you said earlier. As he comes round the penultimate corner, nice and neatly does it. You don't want too much curve, and he accelerates over the line to set a 1:21.2 to put his Ferrari in 4th place. So he's probably got a bit more pace in the last sector. I think he could have done better at turn 12 there.
Sorry, I'm being distracted by Discord and Cookies reading a rag.
Start a lap. Talking through the power down to turn 1. Full beans in the wet, about 190 mile an hour. There's a lot of downforce. Williams, tell you that. Flat in the drive, but he's washed wide. Lost out on that lap anyway. See there, 1.3 down himself. He'll charge his battery and go again. Pigeon Slayer is almost 4/10 up. That's going to put him in the hunt for the front place. If he can get a good final sector, a bit of a wobble out of 12. Traffic in 13, but it gets out of the rain boxes. Much more aggression through the final 2 corners than we saw a minute ago. I think he's going to improve the improve his position.
Ducky's got a time.
Driver's quite close at the front today.
My mood Death Storm at the moment is not particularly very good, so you do pretty good to make it worse.
But you are 1-0 up.
Yeah, hanging on. So I'm expecting a Palace goal at some point.
Always expect a Palace goal.
Yep.
But I think X427 is an outside bet for pole if he can show more commitment in the final two corners. I've seen a few people on board now, and they're a lot more on it in the last two corners than me. So there's definitely a lot of time left on the table for the Ferrari man. His teammate can actually try and get himself into the 120s as well.
Ducky's improving quite a bit, 8 tenths on his current lap. We'll give him some time.
Ferrari is 3 tenths up as well in Sector 1. Our current pole man, and Yeatmix is also on a lap. He goes through turn 9 now, which is terrifying in the left. I mean, it's not particularly pleasant in the dry.
Break FM is improving quite a bit, and it could be the first man into the 120s. There he is. He's done it.
Bit wide from Racer in turn 9, but not wide enough to invalidate the lap time. He goes into the hairpin. He's 3 tenths down on himself, but can he make up time in the last sector? He only needs to make up 1/10 on himself. Maybe he can be a bit more committed into the last couple of corners. Brilliant through 12 there. Lovely balance of throttle control. And Ferrari's a little bit, he's decided to box, okay. Ferrari's a little bit hesitant through that final 2 corners, so I wonder if they've got less downforce. Outlap. Andre also on an outlap just behind the Ferrari of X427, so they're going to be setting lap times at the same sort of time. Fragnista still winning the battle of the Belgians. Why are you not thrilled? I'm very thrilled because we have me and Matty commentating.
I'm massively distracted, but yeah. That's fine.
I'm sure it'll all be good when the lights go out and we can ignore everything else and we can enjoy a fantastic race.
Whilst I'm not trying not to shout at people. I'm not talking about the 22 people on a football. And I'm not talking about the 22 people on a football pitch.
Do the shouting while we sort out the on-track action as X427 begins his lap time. Takes as much curve as he dares through turn 1 and 2. Brilliant apexes there actually for the rain. How fast can he go through 3? Oh, he's got a swapper in 3. And that's that gone. Has he got enough fuel though to recharge his battery? And go again, he's certainly got enough time. Andre's got loads of traffic in front of him and he's run wide. Oh no, around turn 4. Fragnista is 7 tenths up on himself. That's going to potentially bump him into the top 5.
Oh!
He comes round. Oh, he just held it through the second to last corner there, and it's going to lose loads of time there, isn't he? He might bump up ahead of Andre, but that's it. Oh, and it's Joe. Oh no, he didn't lose any time.
I was going to say, he didn't lose too much. That was,
although that was relative to his previous lap. Maybe if he'd have not done that, he'd have. Well, no, definitely if he'd not done that, he'd have been a couple of tenths better than that, and he could have even been second. Well held though, Fragnista, well held.
So he's backed out. Let's see. Let's go down.
I don't think he's got enough time to come back out, but at the moment, 3 of our top 4 are on an outlap, and Dan is effectively on an outlap, and he started another flying lap. Here we go again. Turn 1. Great commitment again. He's got turn 1 and turn 2 down pat. Is he going to get turn 3 this time? much better. There we go, look at that. And he opens up the car, accelerates down towards turn 4, the scene of one of Dan's favourite incidents of all time, where both Mercedes took each other out.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Got a Mercedes in the wall.
Oh, Shane just about keeps it together. Shane just about keeps it together again. He's pushing very hard. Could he find himself into the 21s? He goes a 1:21.3, much better lap from Shane.
Now, can X427 commit through 13 and 14 and gain that lap time? He could be in with a shot of pole if he does. That's much better, that's majestic. Down on the power. Over the line, he sets.
Whoa, hello.
There we go, that's the commitment we wanted through the last couple of corners. He's thrown the gauntlet down. I've backed the right horse, it would seem.
So I'm trying to find.
And we have Brake FN approaching turn 9 now. We'll see what his split is going into the final sector. He's got 3 and no, he's backed off. Is he charging? He's charging, he's charging. So Brake FM will have another lap to do.
Oh my god.
Well.
Escobar is out on the soft tyre.
Oh, we love it. We love the drive. Oh, it's a 20.2 for Red Panda Pigeon Slayer. The track is evolving, but is it evolved enough for soft tyres?
It didn't stay very long, Roger.
No, he's gone round at 3.
Yeah, he's sliding.
So it is. The track is getting. It's going to be a case of who can get their lap in last. I hope somebody's put like extra fuel in. The flag has dropped.
X427 is improving again. And it is...
Shane takes the flag, goes 6. He is winning the Battle of the Belgians at the moment. In fact, he's won the Battle of the Belgians because Fragnista is in the pit lane. They'll start 6th and 7th at the moment.
Lewis is improving. It's
X47
not enough though.
And so
But,
Racer, we got 2
it's it was the last sector. He did a purple last sector, so who is going to be the last across the line? I think it's Brake FN, but we'll switch to...
Brake FN.
We'll
He's
switch
just
to some...
round 9 now.
Isotow's about to absolutely smash his time.
He's 8 tenths up on himself, Brake FN. He's going to set a 20.1, and that's without the last sector. This is going to be a 19.
Hang on, Pigeon Slayer's going again, those are 10th up. Last corner. Improves it massively!
Oh, it's going to be close! It's going to be so close, but he's been a bit tentative for the final corner. He powers to the line. What is it?
Oh, pole!
It's 19 for pole position.
B1s.
Oh, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You had to wait for it, but qualifying got juicy right at the end there. It was well worth the 43 minutes of your time. And the 20-minute delay. There we go, that'll have cheered Matt up no end. Did Arsenal win? Have they won?
No, there's still many minutes.
Are we in the many minutes of added time?
No, we're in the many minutes of normal time. There's still 6 minutes left, 5 minutes left.
Oh, good grief.
Brake FN on pole. Yeah, then... The Red Panda Pigeon Slayer, what name? Racer 4th, X427 4th even, Isto 5th, Remix 6th, Shane 7th, Fragnista 8th, Modiers 9th, Andre 10th, Dougie 11th, Sygate 12th, Escort 13th, Bozo 14th, and King Luke did not set a lap time. Qualifying was close, but you need to be out there at the right time towards the end to get it right.
So things are Matt. So the Ferraris have missed out a bit there. They could have, if they'd timed their runs a bit better, they'd have been a bit further up, but they have got row 2 to themselves. And Shane, big winner of the last ditch qualifying, wins Battle of the Belgians for now. Puts them right alongside one another. Hopefully we're about to give you a formation lap, but we shall see. I also like how the 2 Red Bull drivers are number 46 and 64. Big fan of that. We'll have a bit of symmetry. enjoy a palindrome too, my favourite being race car. That's right. It's the same back to front.
I'm now had a quick look, and then I'm going to look back at the action because I can't watch that anymore because it's bodies being flying everywhere, blocking things left, right, and centre.
I imagine Roy Hodgson will be on the pitch if he
Under,
himself.
as people would say, under Sikosh. Please be a promotion. Please let there be a beetle.
It is, hooray! There is a formation lap.
Woohoo!
Crazy.
Success. I'll tell you what, we've got a lovely choice here. Top three on the medium tyre. Safari have split but gone medium soft as their choice. Uso is on the hard tyre, so going to go long. Yeet Mix on the softs. Shane and Prognosia on the mediums. So the two Belgians not separating from each other. Both the Mercedes are on the softs. Dougie is also is on the mediums. Sygate softs. And S12 softs. Bozo's also on the soft tyre. And King Hook at the back on the hard tyre. Watch out for that Aston Martin. However, we did say that the other week, and both the Aston Martins lasted 100 metres. So, you never know.
I think things to watch out for. Sygate in the Sol McLaren should climb through the field. His race pace is always spectacular. I think keep out of trouble. It's white, you never know. Obviously, the Battle of the Belgians we'll keep an eye on between Shane and Fragnista. The two Ferraris with their split strategy. I imagine Dan will be, if he gets a decent start, released upon the front two by Racer. Oh, Milios has left the session in early drama. As has... Oh, Red Panda Slayer has been disqualified, but he'll be on the grid. But Milios has disappeared. Get back in his car in time. He's not got very long to do it. Break FM will be wanting to break away from the front like he did in Saudi Arabia, but he won't want to be overheating his... Because it was Break FM that was overheating his tyres massively, wasn't it, at the beginning of... Saudi. So that Aston Martin on the front row is going to have frozen tyres with a Ferrari with... Oh, X427 has let himself down there. He's overshot his pit entry, his grid entry, and he's got the soft tyres, but he's going to have to start a little bit further back, and I'll leave the start to you.
We have 15 runners and riders for this evening, and we will wait to see what happens. What is going on? Some car was sideways there off the start, but here we go. We've got away, I would say cleanly, but there's already a 5-second time penalty because there is a collision. Oh, Neil, this is going horribly wrong.
I think what happened was, because I was looking at the back, I think Milios joined just as the lights were happening. And what it meant is that his car moved, and it's caused an aborted start.
Which means it's going to be a glitch, which means the session's going to have to be restarted.
I think it will sort itself out. Now, it does do this. I've seen it fix itself. I'd give it a couple of laps. If the safety car comes in at the end of lap 2, I think we're golden. But if it doesn't, issues.
Big issues, and if I'm being honest, I'm not fancying restarting it for a second time.
I think we do need to. We've got the grid. It's not going to disadvantage anyone because everyone will have a full complement of.
Well, it does mean that someone who had the front wing damage. No, AJ. We're on lap 1 because of many things.
I think Milios. I think it's Milios rejoined because I think he rejoined right at the wrong moment and it basically made his car reverse back a bit. So now I've seen this before, but yeah, if Burton comes in at the end of the next lap, we're fine.
Whoa! Wizard, you need to sort that out. No. Jesus, sorry everybody, you fell in an avalanche there. Christ, that was so loud.
Oh yeah, am I back to normal now?
I'm not.
Your ears alright?
No. Gru's ears are the same as mine.
Do apologise. So I was just saying Cygate was boxing at the back and he's now on halves, changing his strategy. Could run hard to medium, just about. He could run hard if he's got two sets of them.
I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna say good evening everybody. Welcome. It's been an interesting evening so far. Two people got invited into an invite-only session by a certain driver, and that driver will be dealt with accordingly, which meant we had to restart qualifying.
Yes, here we go. We should be fine. Here we go.
The only problem is he needs an invite, but I'm going to wait until after. He's going to have to wait.
Green flag. Yeah, he's going to have to wait for the green flag, just in case. But
we've then had to restart the session, rerun qualifying, and we've got to this point where Molly has left the session, then tried to rejoin during the formation lap on the grid, and it then brought out a safety car. So it's been absolute carnage. Break FN will lead us away, and he has bolted all.
Has he?
He has definitely. He's done something. His connection is atrocious.
Oh, fastest lap's tumbling. It's like when Latifi got a fastest lap all over again. Will Racer release Dan on the soft tyres?
I'm going to let it, Molly's, I'm going to let it run it for a lap. And then you have to get invited back, sorry. But I want to make sure it's okay.
Yeah. Don't worry, the AI is on quite a relatively.
I was going to say, the AI should be high enough so that you don't lose out majorly.
Racer going for the move on red. Panda Pigeon Slayer into turn 7 and makes it stick. Can the other Ferrari follow through on the softs? The Ferrari's swamping the Aston Martin.
Shane down the inside of Yeet Mix into Yeet Mix has got front wing damage with Williams, that's why. So his evening goes from bad to worse.
Shane continues to lead the battle of the.
Oh, and the Williams is well off the track. Despicable Nelly, thank you for the follow. Right, we've had one green flag racing. Let's see if we can do it.
Melio's back in as Break FN leads by over 2 seconds as the Ferraris and the Aston Martin squabble over second place. Isto is in P5 in the Alpine. Cygate climbing his way through up to 12th. Milios back in the session now, he'll be able to take control of his car. It's still in the midfield, he's not really lost out there, that's good going.
AJ, that was Escobar, by the way. He's had account problems. Everyone's going, who's the other Red Bull? It's an imposter. No, it's not, it's an actual driver.
Okay. That's Escobar in the other one.
Yeah, it's Escobar on the other one, yeah.
Racer is closing in this lap on Break FN. I'm just wondering if it was a Saudi only thing, or if Break FN runs his car in such a way that it's got absolute pace, but it overheats those tyres. Because Racer is coming back at him. But he's dragging Pigeon Slayer And X40. Oh, the safety car's come out again. What's the safety car come out for? Oh, there's a crash. Pigeon Slayer has gone straight into the back of Racer.
Oh.
And into the wall. What on earth?
I was trying to scope through to see what the reason why we got a safety car, but I have a funny feeling this is not going to work again. Because that was for nothing.
What on earth? So when the safety car was deployed, Racer slowed down for his Delta, and I just think Pigeon Slayer wasn't paying attention and just kamikazed into the back of him.
I don't think it was for. It wasn't for the dump. The dump happened after the safety car came out.
No, so Racer slowed down at turn 2 for his Delta, and Pigeon Slayer just pile drove into the back.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The safety car was already pulled by that point.
Yeah. It wasn't because of the safety car. The safety car was already out, but Racer slowed down. He didn't do anything dangerous. I was watching them, and it was almost as if the safety car or Red Panda Pigeon Slayer wasn't aware that the safety car was coming out. And we got people boxing behind. We've got Andre Escobar stayed out. Cygate, who was last at the end of lap 1, is now 8th. And he's already boxed, remember? I'm trying to work out what it's for. I wonder if one of the, if Fragnista or Yeetmix span, because there was a local yellow flag halfway round the track, and then the safety car came out. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Ricky. I think it was the Red Bull of Fragnista on the straight between 9 and 10, because there was a local...
Whilst the safety car is out, I'm gonna tell people stuff.
Fabulous.
As it's just been updated. Would you like to know what's happening in EU4 in terms of the standings?
Oh, yes.
Very good. Currently, at the moment, leading the way in terms of the Constructors' Championship is Alpine on 58 points. The Fezzers are on 39. The Alfa Romeos are on 35. McLaren 22. AlphaTauri 16. Mercedes 12. Aston Martin 10. And Red Bull 8. Haas and Williams have yet to score. Bear that in mind.
Three-way battle at the top, that's not bad.
We then have... Great if I actually could have the Constructors one. We are tied at the top with the Constructors. It is currently Austo in the Alpine, and it is Racer in the Ferrari, both on 33 points. Goran, who's not here tonight, is on 25. Cygate is on 22. We have got 12 point scorers so far, and a few more. A few more to go. Of which there's at least 5 guys that can.
Our leader has left the session.
I'm not surprised, if I'm being honest.
Melios's internet is absolutely broken. I mean, we were having connection issues. Or Break FM.
Break FM's internet looks like it was all over the joint. I'll be nice and invite him back, but that's about it.
And Melios as well.
Again.
Yeah. See, the annoying thing is I can't do this because I'm not the host. It used to be in a time-honoured fashion where you get the second commentator to deal with this, but with the whole EA system, it has to be the host.
Right, safety car is in.
Takes control. Dan will be all over this AI. 427 in prime position. Got to get those laps in. Isto in the Alpine.
Well, you have to
one of our
treat.
championship leaders, did you say?
Yeah.
He's E3, he's got hard tyres on. You're going to have to treat the back end. Oh no, he's
Oh,
taking
this could
control.
get interesting.
When's he going to take control? He's gone out of 14.
And X427 follows.
Excellent run from the Ferrari as we dive into turn 1. Terrible camera angle. Oh, you've got a much better camera angle than I did.
Yeah, I know, it was quite nice. You've already got it, Modias. There we go, thanks, Phil.
So the Ferrari leads from P4 on the grid as people have fallen by the wayside.
No, that does not look good back there. Let's have a look. Oh, we've got many wheels touching. Dougie's the one that's got a... Well, he's the one that's...
My dark horse is up to
fallen a bit.
7th after his early pit stop from last place.
We'll give it a couple of laps and then we'll have a look at the winners and losers on the early stages of the race. But it's been... what's the word I'm looking
Racer
for?
goes to the outside of Miliosh's AI and takes P5. It's a good race so far for all the Italian cars. We've got Ferraris in 1st and 5th, Alphas in 2nd and 4th. We don't have any of the other Italian car in the Alpha Tauri.
Oh, and there is a change
Greg
for the
Reeves
lead.
passes the lead, yeah. How much longer can... I mean, these two safety cars will have helped X47 a bit and he can stretch his top stint, but he'll be getting pain now and they will no doubt be overheating a little bit. The only people on the softs now are Miliosh's AI, X427 and Escobar. Who's falling like a stone.
Both the Red
To
Bull...
run wide, I think.
Both the
Let
Red
Red Bull
Bulls
teammate
and
through.
the Williams are fighting each other, and the Red Bulls make contact with the Williams, and they're both going to end up in the wall.
They're going to end up in the other Williams.
Oh.
The innocent party.
The other Williams got away with it.
Yeah, I think Meekman's got through there.
That was an intertangling of wheels there. Molières has also run wide because his AI is fighting Cygate, and Cygate's not really thought about that. We'll do it one last time, but that's about it.
2 seconds faster than the Ferrari on that lap. Right, here we go. Cygate up to 7th.
Be careful when you rejoin Molières because you're in a fight amongst 3 people.
Bozo trying around the outside for Team Alpine.
You're still fighting the Alpine.
Oh god, that's an aggressive AI. I'll probably take control now.
It is the COS account, Roz. I would hope there's plenty of people added to it.
No, it's just Matt's very popular, Rosa. Very popular.
I'm too nice. That's the problem.
X427 has stemmed the damage on this lap. He's only lost a couple of tenths so far. There's a whole 2 seconds on the previous lap, so I think he's got a handle on his socks.
There we go.
Yeah, maybe I should give up the ghost, I think.
This is the worrying thing. This is why one of my main reasons I want a ghosting back on is because this AI now is what's the word I'm looking for?
Championship leader as he chases down. The Hart's coming alive now. How many more laps can X427 make it? He's got no ERS left.
King Luke got the job done on Shane. Andre has. The car's still out there, so I don't know what's going on. Escobar is in. Oh yeah, you had a complete failure there of the game. I can't do anything about it.
But thankfully the race continues.
It does. I'll put the tyre graphic back on just so you see what's going on, because we have an array of tyres.
I tell you what, King Luke box during the second safety car, and he is all the way up to fifth.
Just saw the other.
Pressure.
Sorry, Neil. Just saw the other Ferrari run horrendously wide through turn 9.
Oh, got a yellow flag in sector 1. Was that
No,
Escobar again?
it was Escobar, but Escobar was constantly moving. So I don't see I don't see why that was a yellow.
He might have run wide at 3 as well. Seems fine now on those soft tyres.
I'm going to bring up the
lead.
data. There you go. Everyone can see it now.
That Aston Martin of King Luke is absolutely flying. Earlier in the race, it was his teammate, Red Panda Pigeon Slayer, who was the man to watch, and now the man on the move is the man in fourth in the green machine. Car number 99. Oh, I do miss Antonio
Giovinazzi. I hope my Italian accent wasn't too painful there for you.
I quite like that.
Thank you.
Possible. I mean, the Italians would probably disagree, but...
Yeah, well, you know, I'll upset them, that's fine.
Ragnista only 4 seconds behind his fellow Belgian, even though he's 5 places ago. Bit of a train forming behind Shane. I imagine Cygate is going to launch an attack into turn 1 on this coming lap. All over the back of the Alfa Romeo. Yeah, here we go. 3-6 for the McLaren. Bozo follows through. Oh, and he's touched the McLaren, and he sent Cygate spinning. Oh no! Travesty. Absolute. I'm gutted for Cygate there. Absolutely gutted. An unfortunate incident there. Bozo had a great overspeed into turn 1. He'd got double DRS effectively off the back of Shane and Cygate, and just got a bit hot into turn 1, tapped the back of the McLaren, and that's all she wrote, really. King Luke not really making an impression on the Ferrari in third place. If anything, X427 is making more of an impression on the Alpine ahead of him. He's got like the second, third, fourth wind from those softs.
Oh, I'm not explaining myself again. Sorry, no.
Escobar's round again. Really struggling tonight.
Cool, we got a train behind Bozo from 6th down to 10th.
Bozo Express.
Chew. Yes, qualifying. Somebody was invited. 2 people actually invited to the session. They weren't supposed to be invited in an invite-only session. That's why we had to restart halfway during qualifying. Since then, we've had many technical difficulties, but you know.
We effectively had a safety car start done, Armour.
So the fact we're still racing and not having to restart again is fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, Yemix goes around the outside of the Red Bull, but they touch.
Getting spicy. So he's got a great run through 9 though. No room on that side, but is he going to think of a dive into the hairpin? No, he thinks better of it. Great racing.
These two need to be careful not to be cut adrift, because it looks like it at the moment.
King Luke now starting to make an impression on...
Wow.
Wow.
Break FN is into the pits first.
I think he really does struggle with overheating the tyres. Doesn't seem to be able to make them last as long as anyone else. Shane has been overtaken by Andre in the sole remaining Mercedes. There are 2 on the track, but one of them, the one in the box, is being driven by an AI.
Jeepmix gets past. Fred Meister, nice, good stuff. Battle for the lead. We've seen this before. We've seen the red light flash behind an Alpine before. And that also seems to be in it.
Has been unlucky in the first couple of races. He hasn't scored as many points as he definitely would have liked to, but at the moment he's the lead Ferrari today. So far, he's doing really well on those softs where nobody else has been able to keep the softs going for quite so long. So fair play on that front. Keeping them in tow. He boxes. Oof. I thought he was going straight into the wall.
And Dracer, where are you? Would have been prime.
Right, I'm just going to find out what the pit delta is now for you, ladies and gentlemen. That'll come in useful later on in the race. So, Ferrari leaves the pit. It's a beautiful car. It's definitely the nicest looking shape of the modern Formula 1 car.
Alright, steady on.
It just is though, isn't it? With those curvy side pods, just and the droopy nose.
So, what we have established is the undercut is massive around here.
Okay, 22 seconds.
Brake
Is your
FN.
pit stop delta?
Brake FN has got a 7.3 second lead over F427.
Absolutely flying, and he only had about a 2.5 second lead, I think.
Correct. So 20. Would you say 22.8 seconds? So current.
22, flat 22 for the box.
A flat 22. Sorry, everybody, I've done that wrong again. So flat 22 seconds. If ISO pits, he should be able to come out in front of the Ferrari.
If he boxes this lap, but will he stay out? The Ferrari not making inroads yet. He's taking time to heat up his tyres. So fantastic outlap from Breaker.
Lewis is. I mean, ISO's got no battery again. How many times have we said that so far this year? It seems to just keep being able to stay in front. Lewis
right in the second last corner.
and Shane currently still out on their 16 lap old mediums. So is Dougie.
X427.
Oh.
Side gate into one.
Oh, Neil's gone again.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's contact, Andre and Bozo, we saw that, and there's a slow moving Alpine. That's through turn 4. Oh, and if a Red Bull looks like it's going to go wide as well. Well, it's going to end in tears. Bozo was doing so.
I'm going to put my controller down.
Brake FN is ghosting through. This is not great.
I realised what I'd done that time, so unfortunately with my wired headset got caught on my place. Isn't a problem when I race with the wheel, but when I have to use my controller there's a little dial at the bottom of the placing.
We've got a train behind Andre, this should be good. Brake FN past Yeet Mix, Brake FN is through.
I wonder why it was warming the fans on.
What am I looking for here? Shane's still out on those medium tyres. Mix is going to try and go down the inside of Fragnista. Oh my word, this all I'm not liking.
X427 is now within pit stop range of the leader. But Brake FM has got it down to 11 seconds. He's gained another 3 seconds in the last lap and a half. Absolutely fine. Surely his Alfa Romeo teammate Shane will.
Yeah, Shane just let him through though. That was easy.
That connection needs sorting out though. There definitely needs to be a reprimand sent in for that because I don't think people can race him. I can't stay on board with him because he just bounces all over the place.
The Mercedes is in.
Andre in. Yeet Meeks has got a run on Shane, but he's got no ERS. And Shane just about has the drag reduction system himself from his teammate. The leaders still don't pit. X427 is now well within
Neil. Andre's gone for the soft tyre.
Ooh.
I know.
I mean, Dan did make them go 14 laps, but 15, 16 laps, but that included 2 safety cars. So we'll keep an eye on that Mercedes. It could be done, I suppose.
Umix is throwing Shane.
It's not impossible, but he'll have to channel his inner smarto if he thinks he can get
Oh.
a soft stint to last that long round here.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
So I'm guessing Isto is going to box for mediums when he does box.
It doesn't matter, there'll be a move for the lead. King Luke. You can see the Alpine is struggling with ERS. Gets past, and he's making those mediums, Neil, last very well.
He is. I think he's going to box for some softs a bit later on in the race. I think in about 2 or 3 laps he's going to be boxing for that.
And once again, are we seeing 3 or 4 different strategies going to end up come together towards the end of the race if we have green flag racing? We saw this last week and it was fascinating.
Definitely.
A strategic play.
Do you know what? King Luke has made those. He's got pace because he's got 10 lap older medium tyres than X427, and he's lapping ever so slightly quicker. Is it still just those 5-second penalties?
Oh,
We've got a yellow flag. It's Fragnista again, I think. Not Fragnista, Escobar.
King Luke is in.
Luke boxes. Is it going to be for soft? I think he can do soft.
Oh, Lewis has made a mistake. He's run wide. And now the Alfa Romeo is closing in.
But not close enough.
Who else is coming? Yeatmix and Pregnista.
Lewis do his teammate, can Racer do his teammate X427 a
No.
favour? He's got no grip at all.
Just
Brake
washing
is
out.
flying on those hards.
But
We'll
as
go
you
to the
said,
end.
earlier, came in early. He's gone to the hard tyre. He's notoriously known from what we've seen from the first 2 races that he's going to struggle. There's also Escobar that's all over the place as well, by the looks of things.
But also the flip side of that being, if he's bad on temperatures, he's actually been able to switch on those hard tyres a lot quicker than anybody else has managed to. Can he keep them going to the end? He should be able to, but we'll keep an eye on that. So Racer is going to have to box, Shane is going to have to box.
The concerning thing is, for me, is he is nearly 12 seconds ahead of what the person who was behind him. And he's on a compound harder.
Shane is going to box.
Oh,
He's
you
got another 5, so
donut.
he's going to have to serve that 5 second from lap 1 and gets another 5 second. At least it wasn't under a safety car. At least he wasn't getting a 5-second speeding penalty under a safety car. I know you have an absolute hatred of penalties.
Any kind of penalties
car.
under the safety car where it's not necessary to be driving at full speed is...
But generally speaking, they've been pretty good today. I mean, there's quite a lot of Wizard Awards going on at the moment.
Well, there's about a third of the race to go, Neil, so congratulations on absolutely ruining that for yourself and everybody else at home.
I'm definitely convinced that Isto is going to box for the softs now rather than going a hard medium. So we're a bit wrong there. Those 2 early safety cars have allowed people to try a one-stop strategy.
My question would be, is Isto going to be more of a threat to the likes of X427 and Luke than the guys chasing after Breaker? Oh, Fragnista's got a penalty. So Brake takes the lead.
Oh, the Belgians are next to each other on the track. There is a bit of a gap between them. There's a 7-second gap between them, but the Belgians are running 9th and 10th. As X47 takes Isto, as Isto boxes, he's going to box for the soft.
He should be able to come out in a nice gap. Yeah, he's got a nice gap here.
So Break FM has managed to, since his rapid first lap, he's managed to get 6 seconds on X427 on a harder compound.
Oh, Bozo spun it. Oh my god, he's sitting in the middle of the track.
Oh no.
It's right, he's moved out of the way. Good man, well done.
Good man.
Excellent.
He's done what Roman Grosjean should have done.
Now just be careful rejoining. Oh, he's done excellently there. Obviously not good for his race.
Round of applause for Bozo though for not upsetting other people's races. I mean, he's already had an incident with Sargate.
Yeah, I would say he was quite unlucky there because he lost 4 or 5 places in that lap with that incident with Sargate. But you know, he shall keep pressing on.
Off the firing line round the blind corner.
Yeah.
So Yeetmix has come alive at the end of this. I think Isto is going to get P2, but he will have to get past Kingley, who's not been as amazing on the softs as he was on the mediums.
No, but he's pumping in times at the moment close to his personal best, so he's over the first 3 laps he's able to keep it right. Shane at the moment doesn't know what track limits are and just cutting the corners everywhere.
Just making it up as they go along by the looks of it.
Gap to lead is 10.6 seconds.
Oh, he gained half a second that lap. Are we about to see the overheating of the tyres? We'll keep an eye on that.
We shall keep an eye on that. That should be very interesting. Break FN also
I'll let you
has.
know the penalty situation as well. Let's have a look. So, our race leader has 1 warning, and X427 is on 1 warning. And he's gained another half a second already this lap. He is coming alive now. Was he looking after those tyres and now he's going to use the grip from them? He is on a compound. It's almost a whole second. I think Break FM has...
Break FN's just posted a time that's 2.3 seconds slower than his personal best. Could you have a look to see what the time last lap was between the two? Because I think...
Yeah. So Break FM just did a 1:17.2, and it wasn't in one particular place. He's losing time hand over fist in sector 1 and sector 2. So it's a 17.2.
Oh, big moment out of 5.
A 16.1, almost a second difference. He is really struggling. I think it is. I mean, if he boxes now, he'll come out in 6th behind Yeetmix.
He's struggled through 5 and 6.
He's taken so much energy out of this. I mean, fair play to him. He can get 5. Oh, he's slid wide through the hairpin.
Has he really cooked the tyres that much already? Yeah, he's sliding all over the place. I can't keep on the track.
He's boiled him. He's absolutely boiled him. He's going to have to box, or is he going to just stay out and pray for the best? But he's losing time hand over fist as the Ferrari comes. And don't forget.
Oh, got a spin. Please, Fragnese. I think it's Fragnese. Yeah, he's just trying to get out of the way. Yeah, he's done well. Realised Ghosting's also obviously off even, so he's moved to the side.
Him, but also King Luke, who's made his way from the back. Absolutely. I mean, everyone from 3rd down to 10th is now running on the same strategy.
And again, moment through 4.
He is. I want to know what this man's setup is and how you can cook the hard tyres.
What, and not use it?
But he was obviously using the grip from because he was getting so much time out of them in the first few laps.
There's a yellow flag. Oh, that's because and it's a safety car. Oh, he's going to get away with murder.
He is going to get away with absolute murder. Dan is going to be furious.
Escobar, there's no front wing on the Red Bull.
If it's 22 seconds, I think the delta's going to be about 14 for a safety car box. So if he boxes here from the lead, he's going to get away with it and come out in about 4th. And that's if the other people don't box.
I mean,
X47.
He stayed out. He stayed out. He stayed out. Oh my goodness.
X47 does the opposite. He's going to go for some fresh softs.
Luke's.
Now, this is a godsend for him because he's on those hards, and it won't be degradation because there is no way in 12 laps you can get up to anything beyond 20-30% on those hards. It is 100% thermal degradation.
Oh, Yeemix has hit the pit wall!
Oh, Jason!
He's done a tracer. I've just seen the wreckage of the Williams.
Oh no. And that's a cut to your heart there of the beloved Williams. Oh no. But, so, X47 has stayed in third. He's only lost one position. It's a position he would have lost to King Luke anyway. Now, right. Brake FN didn't need to box because if what we're saying is right, it's thermal degradation. And what's the one thing that you can do to the temperature of your tyres behind a safety car?
You can cool them down. However, aren't they going to get in the same situation they are with about 2 laps to go? Because he's going to be pushing hard again.
But I think you can do 5 or 6 laps on them before they cook, because he did a good 7 or 8 laps there before they started cooking.
Okay, the other problem is the tyre advantage round here is massive.
It is, but Brake FN does seem to have the pace, and he can turn those hards on. Perhaps too much. In fact, we know he can turn them on too much. But it will be interesting. And King Luke is going to be a cork in the bottle as well, because he's on warm softs now, which we must estimate are at least half of the way. And he's left the session again. Is his AI going to box? His AI might say it doesn't box.
No, it stays out.
Oh, he's lucky. So, X427, Isto and Racer. Is it Isto and Racer who are leading the Drivers' Championship at the moment?
Mm-hmm.
They're in 4th and 5th. Cygate has clobbered his way back up to 6th after the dramas he had with Bozo. There is an AI car of Miliosh between our 2 Belgian Chargers.
We are. Everybody's currently on the lead up apart from Escobar, who's making some very weird and interesting lines. I'll move on from that before I have an aneurysm.
Well, Donamo, we think Brake FN's got great pace and great warm-up on those tyres, but he just seems to cook them. He shouldn't have enough time to cook them for the end of the race. Safety car could well stay out another lap as well, which will help him. The cork in the bottle is this Aston Martin, who was running a bit quicker, but now the Ferraris and the Alpine behind him are going to be flying. I would not be surprised if it's a Ferrari 1-2. Would not be surprised at all. Or is he going to box this lap? I think the field's still a bit too spread. I don't think Berndt's going to come in yet. And I've been wrong before. It's flashing. Still Mix leaves in disgrace after his Dracer moment. In fact, was it here that the Dracer moment started? Was this the first race it happened?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it Austria? I know it was one of them. He
I think
it was
Hungary here
as well, didn't he?
Yeah, and then pretty sure Vaporizer did it in... No, not Vaporizer. Sorry, I didn't want to call him out. Pretty sure Montana did it in Singapore. Someone did it in Singapore. It was quite pivotal. I think it was EU1 or EU2.
The man was a god for finishing 5th and in the pit wall.
Mr. P5. Oh, you are.
What do we think is going to happen? Will Brake FM be able to break away with his...
Brake FN needs to learn to brake and not nearly hit the back of the safety car.
Oh, right, no. I thought that's what was going to be out. Nobody's got a penalty on the safety car yet, but you'll be pleased to know.
Don't overtake it. If you get alongside it, it will disqualify you.
I don't know why he's that close. He's almost like Lewis Hamiltoning the safety car, isn't he?
It's Silverstone, Lewis did that, didn't he?
Why risk it though? Why risk X427 doing some great warm-up here. I think that this race is going to come alive because of the Ferraris and that Alpine. X427 will be looking to get as many points as he can after a dismal first two races.
It's going to be interesting to see what the battle between Andre and Saige is. That's new mediums against older softs.
We will have a 4-lap race. We will have 1 lap of DRS down the start-finish straight. We will have 2 sets of DRS between 9 and 10.
Oh God. Can't. I want to have a look at the leader, but he keeps PowerPointing everywhere. It's not helping my eyes.
When will he go? You won't want that Aston Martin to have a runner, because that Aston Martin has got great straight line speed, and I don't think he's left himself enough space.
Gone. He's gone, and he's having to duck to the inside already because he knows he's under the cosh.
He's made it into turn 1 at least. But how much grip has he got? Can he turn those hards back on? How much wear has he given them?
Shane is past the stricken Mercedes. Isotop's going to go down the inside of the Ferrari through 3. And X427's going to hang it round the outside. Gets it done. Lewis is joining the party. And Lewis goes down the inside.
Slight contact, but that was great from the Ferraris. He hung him wide and he allowed his teammate through. So it's a Ferrari line astern 3 and 4. They are all over the back of the race leader.
Look, Mr. British karting champion Lewis Round taking advantage. What a surprise. Alpine's darting this way and that. Oh, the Ferrari's nearly made contact. That would have been interesting team talk.
Great run for a racer on the outside. He's gonna go the long way. He's doing a Schumacher. Oh, that's a Schumacher incident. That's amazing.
It is. Dan's managed to hold him up quite well to make that move down. So Lewis on the charge. We're gonna have 3 laps to go.
Luke has the run on the Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo defends to the inside, pulls back alongside. Not enough space, or not enough speed, sorry, is what I mean, not space. And Racer all over the back of the guys in front. He's done a great run through 3.
Look how much grip he's got. He's going to go to the inside. Down the inside does go Lewis. There's possibly a little bit of contact between the two. Luke's off into the gravel. Both the Ferraris are through, and the Alpine and the Mercedes of Andre.
Minimal contact on that spot curtains for Luke. It looked clean enough from what we saw.
Lewis on the charge. That could be interesting to look back on. But brake is under pressure, and Lewis
is going to go for it into the hairpin, surely. No, he's thinking better of it. He's going for a turn 1. As the Alpine comes up the inside of the Ferrari, but he runs wide and he loses the position again.
Lewis round the outside again. He's got it. Lewis has got it down. There's a crash further back. Brake FN is now losing a bit of speed. Isotope's run out of ERS. Shock. And they're all burning.
2 laps to go. Ferrari 1-3. Cast your mind back to 5 minutes ago when I said something about the positioning of the Ferraris. Is that going to come true?
I think there's an Alpine that's going to have something to say about that, though.
Well, and this Alfa Romeo, who's done very well at firing up his arms again. Surely there's going to be a little dive here. Oh, he thinks better of it. Oh, contact, or has he just dropped it?
I think he's hit the back of the Alfa Romeo, because I think the Alfa Romeo possibly have lagged back. I'm not too sure. That's what it looked like. It looked a weird place to drop it, considering it's very hard to do on this game. Lewis has got the 1 second, though. He's broken that.
Our championship leader is currently gaining 10 points on his nearest competitor. He could be about to set the fastest lap of the race as well. The second Ferrari is going to be absolutely furious. No bonus point there. What is the fastest lap at the moment?
Oh, didn't mean to do that.
13.8.
Looks was flying. Isotope X427 back past Saige. Yeah. I reckon this
We'll
Alpine's
get
going to...
Fragnista.
Fragnista, by the way, coming alive, pushing himself for 4th place on track. He'll lose that because of his penalty, but...
Well, at the moment he's 3.6 ahead of X427, so he's going to keep 5th at the moment. So he's going to be close.
Will be a fantastic result for the Red Bull driver, considering he has made up enough. He's made up 3 places from.
It must be thermal degradation because he's absolutely opened up on these hards. He's not had the traction out of the slow long corners on like turn 3 and turn 11.
But brake will possibly hold off Lewis rounds the last corner. Decisive, opportunistic, but he takes the win. Brakes picked up a penalty at the end, so S12's definitely going to overpass him now. Andre on the podium, possibly, fingers crossed.
Get 5. Fragnista had a bad last sector, stuck behind that traffic, and he dropped to P6. Sigate comes to 7. What a race!
It's always a late safety car that does it.
And yes, Donamo, it would appear that I have cursed the Ferraris. Or one of them at least.
Oh. Maybe it was the Alpine.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Drama.
So in that case then, provisional race results, barring Stewart's review.
Incident with the Aston as well, with our race winner.
Provisionally, Lewis takes P1, S12 P2, so top 2 in the championship line is done. Andre got himself up to P3 from 10th on the grid, so well done that man for Mercedes.
Andre, dude, look like a lady.
Brake FN picked up a late penalty to put himself down to 4th. X427 battled his way through to P5, was unlucky to miss out on a podium provisionally. Fragnista had a nice and quiet race. I fell up into 6th place. Sigate up to 12, up to 7th from 12. King Luke, I think, was unfortunate. Showed some good pace. Had an incident with our race winner, but it made up 7 places from P15. Dougie gets some points for Williams. Well done, Dougie. Hung in there, and he's got 9th for 2 points. Bozo as well on debut. Picked up a point for the Alpine. Shane misses out because of his 6 seconds worth of penalties. Moniers finishes a lap down, and Escobar crashed towards the end of the race. Then we had 2 earlier DNFs of Yeet Mix and the Red Panda Pigeon Slayer. Well, it was a long wait, and there was much drama throughout the evening, but I think we have been provided once again, like last week, some fantastic on-track EU4 action.
Fantastic drama, and I was just going to say my driver of the day is Fragnista, who boxed for a new front wing at the end of lap 1, and he got himself back to 6th. Fair play.
So well done to Fragnista. You get Mr. Withers, driver of the day. And I think we'll leave you at that, because I need to work out how to do interviews for people, and it's also been a very long stream. An hour and it is an hour and 33 minutes. So apologies to all our European colleagues who have had to.
It's nearly Tuesday in Europe.
Yeah, it is, considering it's 20 to 12 you guys' time. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for everyone watching. We had just over 30 viewers at one point, but stayed above 20 for the majority of the evening. So thank you for your support as always. These guys next week will be at. I should have this already, shouldn't I, really?
Is it Monza?
I believe it could be something like that, yeah.
I seem to think it's Monza. I could be wrong. I might have misread the calendar. I think it's Monza.
We're at COTA next week, a scene that has provided season-defining moments and finales in COS history.
It's a great track for COS, yeah.
So it should be another great week for that. I'll hand you over to our American colleagues, who we'll see in a few hours' time. Def's on at E1 for AM3. They will be 9 PM Eastern, 2 AM in the UK, and 3 AM Central European time. Next European action is tomorrow. EU3 will go again. I think you may have to listen to my voice again. So if so, Sorry.
I won't be here next week. I'm at pub for Harry Potter quiz.
Lovely. That should be interesting because possibly we're both not here next week. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
We will do.
Thank you everybody for watching, and good night.